This is, I believe her name is Lindy Glenn. Lindy Glenn. And she did a video covering another Walmart story that says, Walmart is adding water to your meat. And here's why it matters. And, in quotes, allegedly. Is Walmart adding water to the meat? Walmart has done some shady-ish, but I don't know if they're adding water to the meat. We're going to check this out, see what she's talking about. Because if they are adding water to the meat, that's pretty freaking crazy. Let's get into this real quick. Walmart is adding water to your meat. It's pretty interesting. I'll add commentary because it's 14 minutes. I'll add commentary as we go. I don't know. It's like Walmart is adding water to your meat. Very, very interesting. Let's check this out.
And it can't be denied that adding salt water to any kind of meat will also increase the weight of the meat.
The purpose of water
that makes sense, right?
injection is to increase the weight of the meat, which can result in a higher profit margin for the manufacturer.
Oh.
You see how deep the water is?
Now, wait a second. She said, see how deep the water is. How do you know she didn't just put water in there? That's what I want. I don't know why you're putting water in Hamburger Helper, but how do you know that? You can't just look at that, and she needs to clean her stove, bro.
Why not Walmart food? Walmart meat.
It's still happening. It's still happening. The lawsuit was settled, and it's still happening.
I'd love to get meat from Walmart and do a little experiment and see if it's actually true. You can read this if you want to read it. You probably don't because it's a stupid fair use disclaimer, but we're going to keep it up there anyways, just in case.
Hey you guys, it's Lindy. Welcome back to the channel. So I have a follow-up video that's not really a follow-up video, but it's still related to the last Walmart video that I posted exposing Walmart's deceptive pricing and the lawsuit that resulted in a $45 million settlement. More specifically regarding
$45 million
incorrect weights on pre-weighed meats and fruits and vegetables. I saw a couple of comments on that video, and I will make sure to link it in case you missed it. But I saw a couple of comments on that video that made me realize I completely forgot to mention this in the last video, so I wanted to bring it up now because I think it's a topic that if you don't know about it, you should probably know about it, just so that you are, well informed that this is a thing. Did you?
So have you guys, right off the bat, have you guys ever experienced water in the meat, bro? For added weight?
Did you know that mass-produced meats are injected with salt water in order to preserve and or assist in the freezing process before it gets to market shelves? Yeah, that's a thing. Here's a little TikTok video
crazy,
actually
man.
showing the process of it happening with beef.
Did you know the meat you buy looks so good because it is injected with water?
What?
Believe it or not, this is how some food industry plants inject water into beef.
Bro, look at that!
The purpose of water injection is to increase the weight of the meat, which can result in a higher profit margin for the manufacturer. Additionally, water injection can help to improve the texture and appearance of the meat, making it more appealing to consumers. How do you feel about having your beef injected?
Oh my God. My face is literally like hers.
Yeah, so our meat's injected with water. That video, now, allegedly, the first thought is that water is injected into the meats to add weight to it. That is actually...
Why do you have to add weight? Why can't you just sell us the goddamn meat for what it weighs? I don't understand.
One
Well, I do understand, but come on.
of the issues with having meats pre-weighed or buying meat from a major distributor like Walmart or Sam's Club or Costco or Target or Kroger chains, whatever major chain is selling mass-produced packaged meats. You have to remember that these retail locations are not small-town butchers. They don't simply butcher in-house and then sell it direct to consumer all in the same day.
But that should be illegal. It doesn't matter what they are. That should be illegal. Adding water weight to that should be absolutely illegal.
day or week. These meats have to be mass produced and packaged and then sent off to be put on a store shelf. And it could take a week or more for that to happen. A lot of these meats will come in pre-frozen. And so I think that a reason, again, I'm not a professional. This is my assumption. I think that a big part of why salt water can be injected into meats is also to help with the freezing process so that meats remain at temperature and not thaw too quickly. Because
I don't know, man. I'm calling.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap for real, man.
Because again, you know, cold foods have to be transported chilled, and the act of putting salt water in the meats could help it just make sure that it remains at a safe temperature before it can make it to the store shelf. Anyway, fact of the matter is, and it can't be denied, that adding salt water to any kind of meat will also increase the weight of the meat.
So that should be taken out of the weight of the package. Why are we paying for salt water? What?
I mean, you can't deny that.
Now, granted, I don't get my meat from Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart much anymore anyways now.
Water is not weightless. Have you ever tried to pick up a 5-gallon jug of water?
Yes.
It's heavy. It's heavy. So obviously, if you're injecting water into meat, the meat is then going to weigh more. I mean, that's a safe speculation in my opinion. And now TikTok user Exotic Take on Masaki has posted what her water-filled ground beef looked like upon cooking.
Walmart brand, the best kind that
You can't see because of my head. Hold
hamburger.
on. And I'm just going to be looking off the screen like a crazy person. But just know that I'm looking at the screen. Look at the water.
You see how deep the water is?
Now again, look at the water. Now I'm looking off the screen like a crazy freaking person, but I'm really looking at the screen, okay? But for you, I want you to see the water. Who knows if she added that water? We don't know, but look at that. I almost want to get a package of hamburger and cook it and see if water comes out like that.
Why not? Walmart food. Walmart meat.
So
that's wild. And now again, we have to go back to here and move my ass back here, right? Because I'm just gonna kind of okay.
when you think you're paying for meat, you're
Look at
actually
it.
paying for water. Let's just come to that conclusion
That's crazy.
right now, right? But it is not just beef. Like I mentioned, it's also chicken. As TikTok user JNA Goods with 3 S's, JNA Goods ended up
Am I gonna have to move me again? Maybe I should just go to the other side for this video.
finding out that her chicken was injected, but she didn't actually understand what was happening. She just knew that she had bought pre-frozen chicken from Walmart, and as it thawed, she saw a bunch of needle marks.
I bought this chicken, boneless chicken breast from Walmart on Sunday. I put it to defrost this afternoon so I can cook it tonight. And
First of all, listen, I know times are tough. I do. I know times are tough, but to buy great value boneless, skinless chicken breast, man, you are just looking for the ultimate processed non-meat thing to eat.
to my surprise, I open it, I take out the chicken, and I noticed
Look at that. Oh, so you can't see because I'm in the way. Okay, all right. We need to move.
Holes on the chicken.
But look at those holes, though. Look at the holes. And then look at Lindy's face. But then look at the holes again. And then one more time, look at Lindy's face.
Like if they have been injected.
That's crazy.
It's about 3 to 4 pieces that have it. You know, I'm a little concerned because we don't know what to expect nowadays. This one here does not have it. This one has a couple of them, and these don't have it.
Yeah, so this TikTok user was, you know, rightfully concerned because she didn't know. She just simply thawed her chicken to prepare it for dinner that night, and lo and behold, there's a bunch of needle marks all over her chicken. So in the comment section of her TikTok, there was actually numerous people that were telling her, you know, hey, that chicken is injected with salt water. It's right there on the package. So I actually pulled this screenshot from walmart.com. This is the same bag of chicken. It's actually on every pre-frozen bag of chicken that Walmart sells. It says on the far left side of the bag, ice glazed and individually frozen. Then if you look on the back of the bag where you can find the nutritional information, it says that the chicken breast is actually portions with rib meat containing up to 15% of chicken broth, salt, and natural flavor.
So they don't even hide it. They just tell you, hey, we know you're not going to read the label, so we're just going to have to put this here because we have to, but we know you're not going to read it. 15% of that. Oh, man. We've been bamboozled, bro. Bamboozled.
In my opinion, it should also say injected with, because then people might not be so worried when they see needle marks in their thawed chicken. You get what I'm saying there? Also, something that I wanted to include in this video as a follow-up to my last Walmart video was this TikTok video that I came across by Marissa_Kurtz. She bought chicken that she had already paid for, brought it home, put it on the scale, and realized that she had overpaid for 1 extra pound of chicken that she did not receive, which this is a total follow-up to the last Walmart video that I did, because this is the exact reason why there was a class action lawsuit against Walmart. It was deceptive pricing. It was saying that there was 4 pounds of chicken in a package when there was actually only 3 pounds of chicken or 2 pounds of chicken. And so people were paying a price per pound, yet they weren't getting the amount of chicken that they thought that they were actually getting for that price.
Now listen, I have a mini scale. I thought about doing this. I have a mini scale. And I think I want to go into Walmart and we're going to weigh the chicken. I want to see if they're still effing people, because this should have been done with and over with.
But here's why I want to talk about Marissa's video as a follow-up. And I know that I already hashed out that lawsuit in the last video. I already showed clips of people, you know, doing the pre-weighed meats and everything like that being under what they thought they were getting. The reason why I want to bring up Marissa's video today is because this video was posted in the last few months. Now,
Shocktastic says, first mistake is buying frozen generic chicken. Facts.
why is that significant? Because the window to get into the claims for that $45 million settlement ended back in June of 2024. This lawsuit itself was settled back at the beginning of 2024. So why is Marissa weighing her chicken in December of 2024 and still being short poundage? It's still happening. It's still happening.
Oh my
the
goodness.
lawsuit was settled and it's still happening.
Still
so
happening.
Again, I say, check all of your pre-weighed meats if you can, or avoid buying pre-weighed anything from any sort of big box store unless you're okay with being overcharged. So let's see what happened with Marissa.
Y'all check the chicken. I saw there's a Walmart lawsuit going on because of the weights of the chickens not matching what they're sending. So I took on.
But the problem is she's saying, I'm gonna go jump in that lawsuit. She can't. She can't. It's done. The settlement period is over. The settlement closed in June of 2024. So she can't just go jump in this lawsuit.
Mine out of the package.
Now, hold on. Now, here's the thing, too. Not only that, but I always have to think to myself, why didn't you open up the package on stream? Why did you start with the chicken on the scale and an open package? I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying, if you're going to be transparent, you got to be fully transparent.
I already washed my hands. I don't want to hear that. And I'm going to show y'all the weight. The package says 4.17 pounds, and it is not right, y'all. I did wash my scale too. Package says 4.17 pounds. I just unpacked all this.
Again, she should have unpacked it on camera.
I'll let y'all watch it with me.
Because how do we know she didn't just take a chicken thing out just to make content? So it was going to be lighter. Because she can't get into settlement, and she probably knows that. And she said she was going to hop in it, but she can't. So how do we know this isn't just for clicks and views? Because she had her 15 minutes of fame, and she's trying to remain in that spotlight, right? And look, I hate sticking up for Walmart, but I am sus.
I had to stack it up earlier a certain way so that it didn't all fall. Maybe it's not going to do it right. $3.12.8. 4.17. That's a whole pound off. They charged me for that whole other pound of chicken that I did not get. So now how do I jump on the Walmart lawsuit? Because I'm about to sue their asses for all the money that I spend in Walmart. And I've never checked my meats before. So this is your sign. Check your meats, weigh your stuff, and get your money from Walmart because I'm sure about to try to find out how.
She's funny. I like her. I went to her comment section because I wanted to see what people were saying. And this comment really stood out to me. Weigh the chicken, then weigh the package.
Hold on. Weigh the chicken. W-A-Y.
Then total that together. I bet it comes out right. That's what the net weight is, package included. So this actually brings up an entirely different situation that I see as false advertising. I don't know if you've ever bought meat or chicken and paid attention to the thing that's sitting on the foam tray. It holds a lot of moisture so that when the chicken is in the package, it's not like sloshing around in liquid, because remember, they inject their chicken with water. So there has to be something in the package to absorb all of that water. I would not be surprised if the foam container with the packaging and that liquid absorbing pad, if she put that on the scale, if that's where her missing pound was. I wouldn't be surprised, right? So if that's the case, if she would have done what these other people did and actually weighed the chicken before walking out of the store, when she put that sucker on the scale, it might have, weighed 4 point whatever pounds as advertised on the package. But this is where it becomes deceptive advertising, because we as consumers, I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments if you wouldn't think this way. I know I would. If I see 4 pounds of chicken at $2.49 a pound, I'm thinking that the chicken inside the package was weighed independently, and I'm getting 4 pounds
of
worth of chicken.
Right, because the chicken, if it's $2 a pound, I'm not paying for the packaging. Although I know I'm taking the packaging, but man.
I wouldn't be thinking I'm getting 3 pounds of chicken and 1 pound of packaging that I'm just going to throw in the trash. That's 25% of the weight in packaging. As a shopper, I'm not going to think that the packaging is included in that weight. I'm gonna think I'm getting 4 pounds worth of chicken. Am I alone in this? So this alone presents another problem with buying mass-produced meats from big box retailers. And it is the perfect opportunity for me to say, go support your small town butchers. They cut their meats, they weigh their meats, it's direct to consumer. If you can, go support your small town butcher. Find someone who is not a big box retailer who is selling mass-produced processed meat products.
Funny.
Even if it seems like their cost is more per pound because they're not a big box retailer, remember, you're not paying for additives and water. You're actually paying for the meat. It makes you wonder if Walmart and other big box retailers like Kroger or Target or whoever is selling these mass-produced meats, it makes you wonder what the actual cost of the meat was without all of the extra bologna. The extra bologna that's injected into your meat. You might find that the butcher is the same price, if not a little bit less. And you're not getting ripped off, and you're supporting small. Today's video is brought to you by me and my family-owned.
Hey, we don't listen.
Our cinnamon cashew, well as use code about this. Did you know about this? Do you still continue to buy these mass-produced meats that are injected with liquids, even though you know that this is a thing? Does it not?
All right, so like I guess the bottom line is, were you aware of this, or were you not aware of this?
Take me home. Take me home. Bye.